Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So this is going to be my next build. I'm going to do this as one video. I think this is, or hoping it is going to be quite a straightforward kit. This is Italeri's 1/72 scale T34 stroke 76 model 1943. I thought this was the kit that Greg got me, but he got me the Academy kit, and I think that was a T34-85 anyway. The box is a bit bashed from being in my loft and the tons of other model kits that are on top of it. But as you can see, we've got quite a few decal options we can do there. Most of them Russian. There is a Czech one as well, and also a captured one that's being used in German service. So the first sprue, we have the upper hull, lower hull sides. It looks like we've got the idler wheel up there. I think, yeah, fuel tanks, front of the hull, engine cover. It looks like we've got a tank rider or something like that here. Here we've got the road wheels. We've got two turret versions that we can use. One of them is not to be used as part of this kit, so you could possibly make up a different version, a different turret at least. There's one which has got the large hatch on the top, and the other one's got two hatches on the top, which I think was nicknamed the Mickey Mouse hatch or turret. So here's the other turret, as I say, and you've got the two hatches on the top on this one, and I think this is the one that they're showing to use with this particular kit. And just one sprue of Lincoln length track. Nicely printed decal sheet. So here's the instructions. Hopefully a straightforward build, and obviously as you can see we're starting with the hull sides, road wheels, and putting the tracks on. As you can see, it's indicated up here that we don't use this turret, and that's the one with the large hatch. So then we got the construction of putting the two sides to the hull bottom, and then we're doing some construction work on the hull top and the sides of that, and then another bit more construction on here, and then we've got the turret construction here. So this shows the final construction of putting the turret on the upper hull and then putting the upper hull on the lower part, and then we've got our first three iterations that we can create for this tank. We've got 1st Tank Brigade, 2nd Back Tank Battalion, Eastern Front 44, then we've got Red Army Unit Unknown, February 1944, and then we've got Red Army Unit Unknown, Belarus, summer 1944. Then the final two iterations are the Czechoslovakian tank, 1944 in Romania, and you've got the, as I say, the captured German tank. So that again is Romania, summer 1944. It'd be quite interesting to do the Czech one versus the German one, getting another one and having the two facing off one another. So there you go guys, that's hopefully a quick introduction to this build. I'm going to keep this as one video, so you will see the construction and finished article in this video. I have got another build on the bench at the moment, but it was one that I bought, one that I got second hand, and unfortunately there's a part missing from it, so I've got to try and create that part or buy another second hand one that's, you know, one of these ones that have been built, and then rob the part off that and see if I can get one cheaper. So the next time you see this on this video, there will be some progress made. Catch you in a bit. So, a bit of an update on the tank. As you can see, the lower hull is done and the road wheels are put on. You could put different types of road wheels on here, but I've gone just for the metal. I think they're the full metal type, as opposed to the ones with the rubber exterior on that. I've thrown on stowage that comes with the kit, and any old place really. I didn't want to use the circular fuel tanks on this tank, so we got one of the fuel tanks on the back here, and then the other one's missing because the fender or the mudguard's missing at the back here. I've drilled the holes out because I want to put handrails on this, so I've got some, I think it might be solder or something that I can use to create the handrails. The only issue I've got is the spades or the shovels. They don't sit flush with the hull, so they look odd. The handles are sticking up at an angle to the hull, so I don't quite know how to fit those. We shall see. Started work on the turret. There's the gun there. There's a circular bit, I think it's that piece there, no, it's that piece over there that I've got to put on the end of it, and that's the turret I've got to construct. So yep, things are progressing nicely. I'll show you the build again once I've got these grab handles on the sides of the tank. Okay, so I've put the grab handles on the side of the body of the tank. The great thing about these is they don't have to be perfect, because obviously they were knackered by either having stowage on them or just being bashed about, so, or not so much I suppose people hanging on to them, but yeah, just something to add a little bit of interest, and certainly something that if I can do it, then you guys can. Right, I'm going to crack on. Okay guys, so I've just finished putting the tracks on this. They were a bit of a nightmare to do, to be honest, but as I say, I've just finished putting them on now. So the tank is complete, actual construction wise, and now it's a case of moving on and getting it painted. So that will be the next step. It may even be the full completed model the next time you see this. Okay guys, so I thought I'd do just a little bit more of an update before I show the final finished build. So I'm using AK's, it's in the Wargamer range, Russian 4BO base, which is that green there. The brown on the box is oh, it is Warpaint Fanatic Onyx skin, and then I don't know whether you can make out the rolls over the other side. That is AK's roll 80020 Brune, just to give a variation to the green. The decals, as you can see, are on the turret. They just went straight on the paint once it was dry. I didn't bother doing a gloss coat because this is, I think, the older paint from AK. It's not their 3rd gen, so it does have a satin finish to it, which is great for putting decals on. So those are on. Those are the only decals that are on this kit. There's one on the rear of the turret as well. So the box and the rolls are just going to give a bit of variation to the colour on this tank. Just got to add a bit more green here and there. It's had about 4 coats. It's very thin paint. I think it's mainly for airbrush, but it's not going on too bad. I've got to paint the tracks as well, and then once all my paint's on, I've got to do me a sludge wash, so still quite a bit to do. Alright guys, I think the next time you see this it will be completed. Okay guys, so here is the finished build. I didn't expect to get this finished tonight. As I mentioned in the previous part of the video, I didn't think I'd get it done until Sunday. What happened was, after I'd done the decals, I decided that rather than do a satin varnish and then the sludge wash, I would have a go with Norn Oil from Games Workshop and put that over the tank to see what kind of effect that would produce. So it's darkened down the green, and it did collect in some of the recesses and around some of the joints. some of it did pull a bit in places where I didn't expect it to. It wasn't as, it certainly wasn't as good as a sludge washer, so I know that now. It seemed a bit thick. With the old non-oil, I much prefer. It seemed to flow a bit better, seemed to stay in the recesses a bit better, although it did taint the paint. This new stuff doesn't taint the paint as much, but then I don't think it holds in the recesses as well. So once that was on, I waited for it to dry, and then I gave the tank a dry brush of the Russian green again to try and hit some of the detail. And then I gave it a spray of the Army Painter matte varnish. Once that was dry, I then tried to do some detail painting on the canvas rolls that you see coming around now, basically adding some of the colour, the base colour to the highlight areas, and also to the box. I mixed in a bit of a different brown to lighten it a bit, and just try and highlight that a bit. I then put some, prior to doing the matte varnish, I did add some gunmetal to the machine gun and to various parts to give an impression of where the paintwork had been scraped. And of course I forgot what you're supposed to do in those situations, where you're supposed to add, first of all, a lighter green where the impact has taken place, then possibly a brown to show the primer that would have been on the tank, and then put the metal on. That's what I should have done, and so it makes the gunmetal look a bit weird, a bit too, I don't know, it just doesn't work as well as if I'd done that process that I know that I should have done. The tracks have had a bit of AK's Dark Earth on there, which is a pre-mixed textured paint. I just added some of that on. One of the reasons was that mistakes were made on the tracks, and so I threw this on in order to try and hide those mistakes. And this is one of the things about building armour that you know, Greg Riley has said to me on a few occasions, you can always, if something goes pear-shaped, 9 times out of 10 you can hide it on a tank. You can throw mud on it, you can put a canvas cover over it, you can do loads of things, put foliage on it or something like that. Which is one of the joys of building tanks, especially in 1/72. So yeah, that's the finished result. I hope you like it. As I say, I probably won't be using the non-oil again for this kind of thing, but at least I now know. Right, as I say, thanks ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. It's Friday night, so I hope you have a fantastic weekend, guys. Thank you to all the new subscribers who've joined the channel. I do appreciate it. And to all my old hands who encourage and support me with comments. It makes it all worthwhile, the banter that we have. Right, look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.